Sparkle Squad, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Jasmine and welcome to my channel. Today's video, I'm going to be comparing Edea Ice Flies to the new Edea Pianos. So here are my two skates. These are my old Edea Ice Flies. I've had these skates for about 2 years and they're all worn down and broken and all scratched up and everything, and also I have this some signatures on it. And here are my new pianos that I recently just got about a month ago. And I'm going to be comparing these two ice skates for you guys. So what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today is like the comparison for how they've been different for me, and like some things that the website, Edea's website, says that is different about them. And you guys, if you're looking for new skates, this video may help you guys decide on which skates you want to buy next. But without further ado, let's get started comparing ice flies and pianos. The first thing we're going to be comparing are the prices of both of the skates. So the Edea Ice Flies are around $749 or $750. It really depends from where you get them from. And the Edea Pianos range from about $899 to around $900. Also, again, depending on where you buy them from. So there is a pretty big price difference between them, about like $150 in between them. So for some of you guys that might not be a lot, but for some of the other guys it may be a lot. So like for me, that is a pretty big price difference. But it really depends on which skate you want to get. So I'm going to be explaining those to you guys in this video, of like the differences and everything between them and also how they compare. But after this video, you guys can decide if you want to spend the less money and get the ice flies, or the more money and get the pianos. Next thing we're going to be talking about is the shock resistant. So in the Edea Ice Flies, they do not have shock resistance in them, but you can buy these shock resistant like foot insoles that you can put inside of your skates to make them shock resistant, but that is also extra money as well. But just letting you guys know that these skates do not come with like shock resistant built into them. On the other hand, Edea Pianos have two types of shock resistance built into them. They have one in the sole, right here on the inside of the boot, under like the actual sole. And then down here, let me take off the soaker to show you guys. So in this like bottom heel part under the boot, there is also another layer of shock resistant. So if you guys look closely, that black right there in the middle of my boot, that is the shock resistant like padding in this skate. So if you guys want to have more shock resistant, you can also add the insole to this. But for me, this is perfectly fine as it is. So if you guys are really looking for some like extra shock resistant, you can go for this one. But if you want just like regular shock resistant, you can go with this one and buy an insole with it. Also, I wanted to mention that if you guys like, I don't want to make this video to just like push you guys to buy pianos. I'm just saying what I personally know and I have heard from a lot of my friends. I feel like personally that the extra shock resistance is amazing, because me personally, I land flat-footed so much on a lot of my jumps, so this has helped from hurting my feet as much. But it depends. If you guys are like a light footer, or if you land on your toe pick a lot, I feel like this is the better option for you guys, and you can always add like the shock resistant into it. Next, we are going to talk about the stiffness. So on Edea's website, the ice flies are 90% stiffness and the pianos are 95% stiffness. So this may not be an amazing demonstration of my old skates versus my new ones, because these are 2 years old and I can literally press them with like a little effort and it'll literally bend. That's how broken down these skates are. And then I've had these for a month and like it doesn't want to bend. So like I'm applying the same pressure, but like it's not bending. So I really tell you guys that I can't compare these skates. These, as I told you guys, are very, very worn down. I've had them for 2 years. So if you guys are taking this as like how stiff they are, don't, because they are a lot stiffer when you get them new. Of course, just like these, since they are brand new, I haven't had them for that while. But I can tell you guys that skating in these, I can tell that they are a little bit stiffer, because when I first put them on, it was harder to go backwards because it was like skating backwards different. But I personally like the extra stiffness because when I had these skates, I really liked tying them super duper tight, because for some reason I really like the super like tight around my ankle. I feel like it gives me more support. So for more stiffness, I would go with this one, but if you like your skates to be more bendable, then I would go with the Ice Flies. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about the heel on the skates. We're going to start off with the Ice Flies. So the heels I'm talking about is like how tall the boot is. This one particularly is 7 inches in height, like this way. But then the pianos are 7.5 inches. I know that's not that big of a difference, but you can feel it when you're going backwards, because as I just told you guys, it's kind of hard to bend, and the tongue also like pushes against your foot more and it goes up higher on your leg. So if you want like to have a lower ankle, then I would go with this one. It was hard to get used to the higher like ankle support, because I've had these skates for a while now, like 2 years, and then those skates I had before that were also Ice Flies. So I already was used to like this height. Getting used to these were a little bit different. I know it wasn't that big of a change, but it is just like half an inch taller. Now we are moving on to the very, very important part, as for most of us figure skaters. So I'm going to be talking about the stones on the skates. So if you guys know, Edea is like, it's specialty to put stones on its ice skates. Here are my old Ice Flies, and I don't know if you guys can see, but there are stones right here on this like little piece right here under the lacing, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stones on this skate. Also, I want to mention that it's just glued on top of the ice skate, so it is more likely for the stones to fall off. Here on the pianos, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stones. You get an extra stone, which I mean is very important for most figure skaters. But I mean, it doesn't really matter how many stones you have. I almost dropped my skate. It doesn't really matter how many stones you have. It really depends. Do you want more stones? Do you not want one more stone? Do you want to pay the extra $100 for an extra stone? I don't know. But here are the skates. But if you guys look closely, I don't know if you guys can see it again, but like the stones, there's an engraving inside of the leather of the boot, and then the stones are inside of that little like hole in the leather, so which it makes the stone more secure. I don't know how many times I had to ask my mom to like re-stone these little stones on the Ice Flies, because I always wanted to have stones on my skates. So especially when we were going to competitions, I always had my mom, or I would do it sometimes, re-stone these stones, and they would always fall off, and it was so annoying. I don't know why, but I feel like this is awesome that they like engraved them into the boot, because now they're not gonna fall out and I don't have to worry about wasting stones on my boots. Okay, next we're gonna be moving on to comfortability. So comparing the two skates, I can't really tell you guys which one is more comfortable, because these are actually, they fit my feet, so of course they would be more comfortable. They're a bigger size than these, and these were so small for my feet, and my feet hurt so bad when I was wearing these skates. So when I got these, it was literally just like a sigh of relief how comfortable they were, because I actually had space for my foot to like wiggle and stuff. But if I can tell you guys something, the pianos don't have as much foam inside of the skate than the Ice Flies. So again, these were small for me after a while, because I've had them for 2 years and my foot was growing. But there is actually more foam padding inside of the Ice Flies than there is in the pianos. Of course, I can't show you guys because it's also really dirty, and also because the foam has been like squished and everything, so you can't really see it. But when I first had them, they had more foam in them than these. of course, right now, if you look at them both, oh, sorry for showing you guys my ugly skate, but if you look at them both, then there is more padding in this one. But I can tell you guys that when I got these, and if I had brand new skates of each, you would tell that there is more memory foam in the Ice Fly than the Piano, just saying. Now we're moving on to the worth of the skate. So this skate is meant for skaters who are working on doubles and triples. So I see many skaters who are working on like singles and are beginner skaters who have these. I mean, I can understand that because they are really comfortable ice skates. But in general, these skates are meant for doubles and triples, as Edea said on their website. So if you're working on doubles and triples, I would recommend these. But if you want to go the extra mile, then you can get these. These are meant for triples and quads. I'm working on my triples right now. And they are expensive, of course, but they are really nice and comfortable skates. I would recommend these. You can buy them whatever level you're in. You can buy them even if you're working on doubles. It's not my opinion, it's your opinion on which skate you would prefer to buy, because you are spending your money and you know what you want in your ice skate. So if I had a choice between these two skates, which one I would personally buy, I feel like I would buy the Pianos, because I feel like the stiffness is the most important part to me, because I always really like having the ankle support and the extra ankle support. I remember how many times I had to retie my Ice Flies during a session because they kept getting like loose, but that was after 2 years, so I can't compare them. When I first had them, they were nice and tight for a while until like after the first year, and then I had to start retying them over and over again because I really, really like them being stiff. I know I've only had these for a month, but I could tie them the normal way that I would tie these, but then they would not go undone for like a million years. That's how tight these get. And I mean, of course the laces are still like brand new and the stiffness is still brand new, but I would prefer getting the Pianos over the Ice Flies if I do get a new pair of skates soon, or after these are gone. Why am I talking about soon? I literally just got these. But when I do get a new pair of skates, I feel like I'm going to get this one. But again, as I said at the beginning of this video, I'm not telling you guys you have to buy Piano's ice skates because I said so and that they're the best skates ever. But it doesn't matter from this video. You can do your research. You can ask your coach. It depends on which skate is better for you. Don't listen to me. This is just like a helpful video to tell you guys some things that Edea is talking about of their ice skates, and I don't want you guys to get the Piano or the Ice Fly and be like, oh, I don't like them, so let's blame it on Jasmine. This is totally your decision on which ice skate you want. And if I would tell you guys one thing, before you buy any ice skate, do your research online, or if you have a coach, ask them about which skate they think is better for you. For me, I personally feel like the Piano is better for me. It might not be for a lot of other people. I have many friends who got the Piano ice skates, and then after a couple days they switched back to their Ice Flies because they said that they hated the stiffness or they hated the skate overall. I was really scared getting the Pianos because I thought that I wouldn't like them, because all these people were telling me that, like, oh, you're not gonna like this skate because it's too stiff, oh this, oh that, and I was really nervous. I almost held back from getting these, but I'm actually really, really glad that I did, because I wouldn't have found these amazing skates, because for me, these are the perfect skates for right now. So this is the end of the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I want you guys to comment down below, what kind of skates do you have? I use the Pianos right now. Also, if you guys want to know what kind of blades I have John Wilson Gold Seal Revolution blades. I used to have Ice Flies with Gold Seal Paramount blades. Just if you guys were wondering what my old skates were and what my new skates are. Anyways, also don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I love you guys. Bye!